Hey guys, welcome back. It's Patrick Robertson here at Momentous Building, and today we got a real treat. We're going to talk about remodeling, renovations, and what to do during a recession or approaching a recession. Now, it's really important that we tackle the fundamental task in maintaining a home's integrity during a recession. If we're on a tight budget, if we can't really, have these extra expenditures. And today we're going to talk about the exact type of projects we want to take care of and not put off to make sure we don't damage the home further. With that being said, I hope you guys really enjoy this. You put together some great content. If you do like it, please give us a like, share, and subscribe as we continue to try to grow this message out to everybody, really try to educate the homeowners and put everyone in the right direction to make sure they're living their best lives in their homes. So let's dive right in. Now, it's 2023. Are we approaching recession? Right now it's February. I don't know. I mean, we got people saying that we're avoiding recession. We got going deep down into recession. All I know is that eventually, whether it's in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know. Eventually, we're going to hit this recession, and we're going to all wonder as homeowners, what do we do to our home? Because now our budgets are cut, but XYZ we want done. This doesn't look too good. I got some black spots in my ceiling. What do I do, right? Like, I'm in lockdown mode. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. So, the biggest mistake most people make in terms of home ownership and dealing with the structure of their home is maintaining their home. So making sure it's not falling apart, doing the little odds and ends every single week or every single month and every season to make sure the home is not decaying and falling apart. So with that being said, there's 3 different types of reasons why we want to take up a construction project in our home beyond just some small maintenance like changing filters and things like that. The first reason is for pleasure. Now this is, hey, I want a new kitchen. I'm tired of looking at that old dark wood. I need space for my family. I want a new oven, a double oven. I only have a stove right now. I want a bathroom because I want a soaking tub. Or, hey, listen, I want to show off all the hard work I've been doing for the last 20 years, and doing this remodel is the dream I've been working towards. So those are kind of things that people do for pleasure and breaking that down. Then there's a similar one that's kind of pleasure, but it's also lifestyle. It's for family or space requirements. So say you just don't like having your kids sleep in a bunk bed in the same bedroom. You want to do an addition or change some spaces around some rooms so that way they get their own bedroom. Or you have a mother coming in after to take care of. They're going to live with you, a different family member. Or you want a home office. These different things. These are kind of pleasure, but they make the living conditions easier. Some difficulties that come up in life. These are what we call like family requirements or living space requirements that are driving this need for a remodel. And then the last one, number 3, is for pain. Pain is something that, hey, listen, we're going to do this remodel because there's a problem with my home and it needs to get done. Like it's not really a choice, it's a matter of when. So these could be driven by leaks such as in your roof, by plumbing, failed windows, the window doesn't open or the window doesn't close fully, cracked glass, foundation cracks in your basement, maybe you got some water infiltration coming in now if there's cracks, or maybe you're thinking there might be some structural damage because you had some soil shifting over the years. Those different things are for pain. You don't really want to take care of them. You don't want to rip out your ceiling because your tub's leaking, but hey, listen, it happened. There's nothing we can really do, but we need to take care of it. Those are the pain things. We're motivated to take care of these by the pain of looking at them or living with them. So, as you can imagine, if we're tight on a budget, the things we want to put off, at least for a little bit, whether it's 6 months or a year, until we have some certainty moving forward or our budget's increased, is point number 1, which is for pleasure, and then point number 2, which would be for the family requirements. Hey, listen, maybe the kids are going to rough it for another year. Hey, listen, maybe we're just going to have our mother-in-law or my mother convert the living room for a little bit, and we'll make it work for the next year until our budget increase. Those types of examples are where we're going to, hey, listen, let's try to squeeze this for another year or until our budget's on a better place. But the pain items, These can never be put off and should never be put off because they run into various different problems as we put it off day by day by day and year, month. So these could be, like example, if you have a leak, that leak is only going to get worse. Your ceiling leak is only going to get worse. The damage to the ceiling is going to get worse. The paint's going to start to delaminate. It's going to fall on the ground. It might even fall from the ceiling. We're going to start getting some mold growth. The structure might start to decay. These different things that we definitely don't want to see happen on a home. And what happens is every single day that goes forward, the cost to correct them increases because the problem enlarges, even though the source of the issue is still the same source. But it kind of has a spiraling effect that is exponential in terms of cost as every day goes by. So we don't want to put them off. So I want to give you a great story as an example of doing a project out of pain and what happened when we put the project off. The homeowner put the project off for a little bit longer than the first sight of the problem. So this was actually a bathroom that was leaking. The tub was leaking, and the spout was leaking too, going into the subfloor and dripping below. Now underneath was another bathroom stacked on top of each other, which is very common. And what happened was it started to leak in the primary bathroom. There was some evidence of some leaks by the subfloor, some grout that was falling apart, some tile that was falling apart. The walls were having some damage, and it was blown off just a one more day thing. And then the leaks started coming into the first floor bathroom down on the floor below. And by that time, the drywall started to get delaminated. Some real serious damage happened. And now the first floor bathroom is very problematic in terms of using it. Definitely taking a shower in a ceiling that is also wet has some problems. So the paint started to laminate. So now what we have is not only a problem on the second floor bathroom, but a first floor bathroom. So what we had to do is instead of just repairing, say, one wall of the bathroom, making a repair work that would be a couple grand in this bathroom, on the second floor bathroom we had to do a full gut. We had to replace the entire subfloor. We had to replace the framing on the exterior of the wall because the moisture traveled up through the wall and rotted out the wall underneath the window of the exterior wall. The sheathing was partially rotted out on the exterior of the wall, so we had to replace the sheathing, the insulation, the framing for the window, the subfloor, and then we had to also build the entire bathroom right back over. So that was an $18,000 remodel. And then on the first floor bathroom, instead of just making a small patch, we actually had to remove the ceiling part of the wall, the other part of the wall, do some mold remediation on some of the beams and the drywall to get it all out of there, and then we had to paint the entire bathroom. So all in all, this was a $25,000 job that I believe off the top of my head somewhere around there, instead of it just being a few grand. And what that time period was a year or two, right? So this is a great example. If you see these problems come up during a recession and you're on a really tight budget and someone comes over and say, hey, listen, this is going to be $2 grand. You're like, hey, listen, I don't have the money right now. It's better to do that because in 2 years, I guarantee you're not going to be able to save up 25 grand if we're struggling for $2 grand today. And it's exponential, like I said, the damage that occurs. The other thing that I really want to talk about, because it is a health concern a lot of times with water, as pain problems usually have some sort of water issue here, because water is like the ultimate enemy to the inside and to your home in general. It's mold. Mold is extremely dangerous, and sometimes the mold isn't airborne, but almost every time it is. And mold is that black, green, or white stuff, populating on the walls, populating on the floor, that we really, really need to get taken care of. And a lot of times, if you can see the mold growth on the inside of the home, in between the walls where you can see, it's usually much, much worse. And the reason why we're talking about this is because that mold gets into your body, that travels through your system. It's a neurological blocker, so it can cause a wide range of issues, from hormonal imbalances leading to, a testosterone estrogen problem, dopamine receptors, weight loss, weight gain due to the hormone imbalances, and then also can go into it's also neurological, so it can go into the brain. It can cause seizures, different signs of Alzheimer's, And although a lot of times this can be corrected, it's a really long road. We've heard years of, times where it's been a couple years when people had mold in their home and they had to correct it, and they still have a couple years later where they're still building back their health. They're getting better, but they're building back their health. And these could be problematic and long-term problems that are permanent. So, not to scare anyone by any means, but mold is something we never want to live with. When you see that black on the ceiling of the wall, there's a problem. This is something that's got to get taken care of right away, because it is affecting you 24 hours a day, every single time you're walking to the home. So, with that being said, that's our best recommendation in a recession, is that just take care of the home. We don't have to do these extravagant remodels. We don't have to spend tons of money. We don't have to do full fixes. Maybe it's not a full bathroom remodel if it's leaking, but hey, listen, let's patch the wall up and at least get this water leak issue up. We don't have to redo the entire floor, but maybe replace a couple pieces of tile on the floor, so that way we can repair it. It's not maybe perfect. It's not the perfect remodel, but we're moving in the right direction, and we return the structural integrity and the safety back into the home, and that way you guys can live in it for a few more years without it degrading, downgrading, and causing health problems in the future. So that's kind of the wrap up. Make sure we're always taking care of those pain problems that arise on the home, no matter what the budget situation is like, as they will absolutely get more expensive with each day that goes by. With that being said, thank you so much. This is Patrick Robertson at Momentous Building. If you like this video, or you got some more questions, you guys want some more topics that you want covered, please leave a comment below, as we would love to answer. In the meantime, we'll keep catching up, and we'll catch you on the next one.